All right, good morning, everybody. We are going to look at, of course, Tropical Storm Hanna as we take a look here at what's going to be happening over the next day or two as it starts to make its way towards the Texas coast. Looks like it's going to be well south of us here in southeast Texas, so some good news. But we are going to be getting rain from the storm. Don't have to worry about the wind, but definitely going to be getting rain from the storm as it moves in towards the Texas coast. It looks like sometime on Saturday afternoon. Start off with the satellite view, and boy, you can really see this thing flaring up this morning. Big area of what we call convection, a big area of rain and thunderstorms right there near the center of the storm. And it's this area right in here really starting to flare up. They are expecting it to strengthen as we go through the next 24 to 36 hours and become not a hurricane, but a pretty strong tropical storm as it makes its way towards, it looks like about Corpus Christi as we get into Saturday. Here's the latest on Tropical Storm Hanna as of 10 o'clock. So this is about 35 minutes old as far as the update. Winds are at 45 miles per hour, moving to the west-northwest at about 9 miles per hour. Just south of Cameron Parish there by a couple hundred miles. As we take a look at the forecast, it does send it into close to the coast around 7 a.m. with 65-mile-an-hour winds, and then looks like making landfall sometime, looks like maybe during the afternoon on Saturday, with winds at about 60 miles per hour by Saturday evening. So they're thinking that the wind's probably going to be around 65, maybe 70 miles an hour by the time it makes landfall somewhere around Corpus Christi. And right now it looks like maybe sometime during the afternoon as it comes in. Now we're way south of this, so we don't have to worry about the winds with this. Want to go back real quick here. You notice the orange line along the coast of Texas. That is a tropical storm warning. That's from San Luis Pass all the way down to Brownsville. The tropical storm watch we had from High Island down to San Luis Pass has been dropped now, so that is not in effect. They only have the tropical storm warning from San Luis Pass down to Brownsville. Right now, that's the only thing that's in effect. So just wanted to show you that. But once again, coming in looks like sometime during the afternoon on Saturday as a tropical storm with winds 65, maybe a little bit higher than that. And then after that, it's going to be drifting off towards the west and eventually southwest and then dying out as it gets into Mexico on Monday early in the morning. So not going to be sticking around. Good news there. It's not going to be Harvey. It's not going to be lingering through South Texas, bringing us rain and rain and rain. We will get some rain from it Saturday, and then Sunday and into next week we'll continue to see rain chances, but it's not because of the tropical system. It's going to be mainly just kind of a weakness in the atmosphere and some heating of the day type of stuff. So that's what we're looking at there. But this will eventually, once again, the Saturday afternoon move into Corpus Christi. So if you have travel plans maybe that way or friends and family down there, you want to be watching it Saturday afternoon. We're going to be here during the day on Saturday. We want to keep you updated on what it kind of doing across the area. As we take a look at the computer models, these basically are right along the track, or the track is right along the consensus of the computer models, taking it down towards Corpus Christi. You can see they're all tightly packed together there. So pretty much a consensus that's heading towards that direction, not anywhere close to southeast Texas here. So if you're thinking that it might be a last minute turn or something like that, that's not going to happen. It looks like it's going to go shooting straight west towards the central Texas coast. All right, what about us? What are we going to get from it? Well, I've been showing you this morning, and it hasn't changed much. Still looking at the forecast of winds, maybe about 20, maybe 25 miles an hour. We see that on a windy day, so that's no big deal. Shouldn't be a problem for us as far as the winds. Now, the only thing we will get from this really is going to be rain, and right now we're looking at 1 to 4 inches of rain across southeast Texas. Maybe 6 inches in some spots. If we get some training of some bands of rain over one spot, it could add up to maybe 6 inches. And this is over a couple of days. This is over, say, starting really tonight going through Sunday. This is what we're expecting. It's not going to be a one-day thing. It's going to be over a few days. So we can handle that 1 to 4 inches, 1 to 6 inches over a couple of days' time. It's just going to be very soggy out there. It's going to be wet throughout the weekend. We're going to be seeing off and on rains through the weekend. Not a consistent rain all weekend long, but off and on. So the weekend is going to be a wet weekend, going to be cloudy, off and on rains, but I think we'll be able to handle the rain that comes in with Hanna. Since we'll be so far to the north, we're not going to get a ton of rain from this thing. All the heavy rain and the wind is going to be down towards the central Texas coast. And then minor flooding along the coast during high tide tomorrow morning. we might see some of the water get up close to 87 down there, close to Crystal Beach or whatever, but it's not going to be anything major, just maybe a little bit higher surf than normal down along the coast. All right, want to switch over to satellite and radar, and you can see the storm spinning around out into the Gulf of Mexico down there. The whole state is pretty dry. Really don't see too much as far as any rain. We're just kind of watching some showers along the coast. You can see some of the rains right now kind of sliding up the Louisiana coast, and they're going to be heading in our direction fairly soon. Matter of fact, over in Orange County, starting to see some rain right now. But yes, these bands of rain are wrapping around this storm system, and they're going to continue to do that as it makes its way towards the coast. So we'll continue to see the rain. You can see, even though the storm system is south of Cameron, it's still wrapping in rain all the way back here towards the Florida Panhandle. So we're going to be seeing these rains all the, off and on through Saturday, Sunday, and even into Monday. We might see some of that flow kind of wrapping around on the very backside of this, even though it's starting to die down just a little bit. So just be ready for a soggy period as we go through the next few days. Let's go into a closer look at radar right now, and you can see some of those scattered showers currently through southern parts of Louisiana. And this is kind of what we're going to see during the weekend. You notice nothing too organized. It's just bands, a little spotty showers here and there. They're going to be sliding from east to west across the area. Right now, about the only rain we have is this batch of rain over here, a heavy downpour right between Deweyville, Mauriceville, right along 87 there. A little bit of rain up around 62. And then we have another couple batches of some lighter rains down here towards West Port Arthur, down along 87, southern Jefferson County. But like I said, all this stuff that we see out to the east, all this stuff is going to be heading our direction as we go into the afternoon. So spotty showers through the afternoon. If you maybe need to run to the store, get something done, don't want to do it in the rain, I would go ahead and do it now, because I would say probably as we get towards the lunch hour and just after that, we'll start to see some of those rains, especially Jasper, Newton, Orange counties, starting to see that in the eastern parts of Jefferson County, and then through the afternoon that will continue to spread off towards the west. Get back out here on the radar, and you folks up in the lakes area might not see any rain until later on this afternoon when temperatures get a little bit hotter, up towards around 90 degrees or so. You might see some spotty showers. Most of this stuff's going to hug near the coast through the early afternoon, I think. So good chance of rain over the triangle, say later the rest of this morning into the early afternoon, and then we'll see some spotty showers possibly starting to develop and head up through the lakes area through say the middle late part of the afternoon as we start to get temperatures a little bit hotter. So off and on rain through the weekend. It's going to be a soggy weekend, but I don't think it's anything that's going to be that's going to cause any widespread flooding or any problems like that. We might get a few isolated places where we could see a quick additional rainfall add up real quick with some banding or something like that. But overall, it looks like for the most part, I think we'll be okay over the weekend. It's just going to be soggy out there. As we take a look at Gonzalo, it's still out into the Atlantic. It's going to be heading into the Caribbean as we head into, it looks like, Saturday. They're expecting to get to hurricane or close to hurricane strength, but they don't really show it becoming a hurricane as we go into, looks like, Saturday and Sunday, keeping it a tropical storm. And what I really like to see is what's going on out here as we get into Monday. You notice Monday morning, they have it already down to a tropical depression with winds at about 35 miles per hour. Hopefully that trend continues as it moves into the Caribbean and it just kind of basically dies out. We're hoping that will be the case. Some of the computer models are indicating that. Some trying to keep it going and maybe making up towards the Gulf of Mexico. It's way, way too early to tell you anything like that. It's just we're going to watch it. It's way out there, and we'll have to wait and see what happens with Gonzalo. But right now, I like the trend showing up on the forecast where it's going to continue to weaken as it gets into the Caribbean. Hopefully, it just fall apart and we don't have to worry about it at all. So that's the latest on Gonzalo. All right, I want to show you the 7-day forecast. 7-day forecast showing high rain chances over the weekend. Like I said, on and off stuff as we go through the weekend. So maybe some indoor plans, watch some television, read a book, just sit there and watch the rain, do something to kind of keep yourself occupied as we go through Saturday and Sunday, as it's going to be fairly wet. And then next week, we don't shut rain chances off, but at least they do come down. 60% on Monday, 50% through Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday as temperatures climb up close to about 90. And those showers on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are going to be afternoon type showers and thunderstorms that kind of pop up. It's a little typical for this time of year, but because there's no high pressure around, there's no nothing really kind of shutting off the moisture, it'll be a little bit higher than typical. Typically we see about 20-30% chance in the afternoon. Well, because so much moisture and just the heating of the day, we'll see a little bit higher chance, about 50% during the afternoons. So one more time, let's take you back if you're just kind of joining this Facebook Live, or I shouldn't say Facebook Live, but just this live update. Looking at Tropical Storm Hanna, winds are at 45, so it's up 5 miles per hour since the last update at 7 o'clock. Track is going to take it somewhere into the Texas coastline, looks like towards Corpus Christi, with a winds about 65 miles per hour on Saturday afternoon. That's Saturday afternoon, and then eventually takes it back down into parts of Mexico by the time we get into Sunday and Monday. So it's going to quickly move across southern parts of Texas over the weekend. That's going to just keep us wet over the weekend, and we're going to have to dodge showers from time to time. All right, that's our quick update. Once again, let me give you a real quick look at radar, and we have rain moving in for this afternoon, so be ready for that. Let me see if I can pull up the radar. There we go. Let me try one more radar into motion here, and that way you can kind of get an idea of these showers coming in from Louisiana. You can kind of see that band kind of working its way up the coast into Cameron Parish, and it continues to work its way off towards the west. So we're going to see these periods of scattered showers this afternoon, and we're going to see those same type of stuff as we go through the weekend. Off and on rain through Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, a little bit of that as well, with more activity just mainly toward the afternoons. Anyway, just wanted to give you an update. Patrick will be here for this afternoon. Of course, he'll be doing another update later on today. Good news is that our rain chances are still high, but as far as the rain totals, doesn't look like we're going to get a ton of rain, maybe 1 to 4 inches, maybe some isolated spots higher than that. And the storm's going to be well to our south, so we don't have to worry about any wind as we get into this weekend. So y'all be safe. I will be here tomorrow morning, and we will be tracking the storm as it moves into the Texas coastline and keep you updated. And Patrick will be here tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night to do the same. Of course, he'll be here later on today as well. Appreciate y'all. We will give you the latest coming up in a little bit here at noon. We'll give you the latest forecast on KJAC. So we'll see you then.